Alright, this is kingnat. I am playing 3 double shootout tournaments to the Sunday $1,000,000 Guaranteed tournament. This table up here on the upper right is one that I am at the final table for, and these other two are the preliminary tables, but they're all down to about 4 or 5 handed, so I was hoping to discuss some short-handed play. Here I'm going to be folding 10-3 suited. This guy only has a little bit more, and he's been pretty loose. You can see he's played about 40% of hands. And so I'm going to be folding this because any raise he could likely call. I'm going to shift my tables around here just a little bit because I've just added another tournament. This one is obviously going to be very, very early stages. This table up here, I played this final table, I was extremely tight for the entire thing and then got really lucky when my pocket nines held up against ace king. Oh, it looks like someone's going to go bust here. Oh, that's an interesting flop. It sucks to be down to, sorry, oh, wow, king, sick. I had pocket nines that held up, and then a couple hands later I had pocket aces, so that worked out pretty well. That's how I got my chip stack there. The play on these is atrociously bad, but it's still worth mentioning. I mean, you need to have, and even in heads-up or short-handed games, you need to have the appropriate amount of patience and reading ability to kind of put your opponents on your hand, try to get a feel for how they're playing. A lot of these, several of these that I've played in have winded up being heads-up with very few, with the blind still relatively small, and so that leaves a lot of blind play. Wow, this one's ridiculously short. This guy raised. I really shouldn't call this, but oh yeah, I'm going to fold that out of position. I really think that with so much donkish play on these that you want to exploit these players' mistakes. I mean, it's really difficult to put them on hands early on, and so there's just not a real reason, I don't think, to mix it up with them. Here I have king jack offsuit. There's a raise and there was a call. This guy's obviously probably going to go in, so there's no reason for me to put my money in here. I don't know if I can make money. The only play I have here is all in, which isn't really worth it at this point. He called. This guy's going to get it all in. They're going to get it all in here. Looks like it's a total retard, which is not. King 9, queens, huh? Good. All right. Well, this tournament actually has, as you can see, there is 3 entries into the tournament, and fourth place is $7. So I definitely don't want $7. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to take it right here. There's no real reason not to. Jack 2 is maybe, oh, jeez, it's way above average. Jack 2 is a little bit below average hand there, but oh, I could have gotten lucky there. I had tons of outs. Oh well. That'll make it a little more interesting. There's a couple of shorties here, so I should be able to make it out okay. There's no reason I'll let these two here mix it up, see if they want to. Squat. Here I have top pair, good kicker, 200. There's no reason to think that my king queen isn't good here. So I'm going to raise it up and see where I'm at. Pocket twos, I'm going to fold. And in a lot of cases I would be pushing this, but since these guys are so fantastically short, there's no real point here because this guy could be I don't exactly know how he's playing. He's been pretty aggressive with some hands, and so I wouldn't put it past him to re-raise me all in. Here I'm going to pretty much have to call, which is unfortunate, but 8-9 off. I'll hope just to bust this guy. Alright, got a card. Here I'll raise 3 times big blind. I just don't catch any on me. Alright, good. Winner. Well, that's $215. That ain't too bad. Close that one out. I'm going to focus a little more on these others here. You can see the picture in the background. That'll be $1 shipped to your PokerStars account if you can guess what the statue behind on my background is. I raised this pre-flop and got checks. It's unlikely this guy has much of any type of hand. He could have possibly hit the 7 here, but I'm going to bet because I have a flush draw and 2 overs, and I probably have the best hand at this point. Re-raised. Wow. Yeah, I'm going to have to fold. I don't have the stack to really make this call. I still think it was a good bet, but he's obviously raised and he could be bluffing. I don't really know what, but it's likely he has at least some part of that, if not a big part of that. Maybe he has a better draw than I do. He could very well have ace rag of clubs, which would mean he has a better draw and actually has me dominated going to the river. So I'm pretty sure ace rag would have king jack dominated there. So here I'm actually getting a little bit short. I'm just going to check this. It's not a real exciting flop. I'll probably just check this down, check fold. I could possibly bet there, I suppose. So him checking to me is pretty weak. I'll try to take another stab at this. I got picked off last time when I tried to make a play on the turn. Maybe this guy's looking out for that kind of play. Well, if he made a call, he could have had a 7, which wouldn't really explain the check here. So I think I can go ahead and bet. I think it's safe to bet here. I'm going to make sure I bet the pot, though. It'd be pretty tough for him to call. I wouldn't be surprised if he does. People make all sorts of shitty calls here. Or maybe it would be a good call. I guess I'm bluffing, so it wouldn't be all that bad. The one thing that really sucks about these double shootout tournaments is the damn breaks. They really piss me off. So this guy raised. He's been raising quite a bit. I got pocket 10s. I don't have a big stack. I think I'm just going to go ahead and push this and hope to get up there. I think there's a big wide range. I think I'm definitely ahead of his range in this situation. Here I raised ace-king on the button. I thought that was pretty obvious, so I'll just continuation bet here and hope this guy's a donk. 9-3 suited, and check. Yep. They would have been okay with a call there because it's likely that his call, the range that he would be calling, you could call that bet with, would be behind my 10s. So I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Should I? I'm going to re-raise this. These guys have been playing back and forth. They're both... This guy is only 25%, it says, but it seems like he's been playing just a crapload of hands. Every time he seems to raise. See, the check call, I just don't understand that play at all. So I'm going to risk some chips here because I think there's value in it. He has folded quite a few, and now I have to check fold. That sucks. So I don't know. I think that's a decent play. It's one that I'll make most often. He could have... Man, he checked. What the fuck does he have? I just really can't afford a bet here because he'll likely call with any 9 or 5. I can't represent the flush here. There's no way. I'm just gonna check. He'll probably check behind, and maybe just has an ace or king. Wow, it's very surprising. Why would he continue to check? What did he think I could have that I would check? That seems odd to me. But I guess I don't mind going to showdown. And checking it down to showdown, that's for sure. When I have nothing, it always gives me a chance to improve. So 8-3 off. It's a min raise, but I have absolute shit, so I'm gonna fold. Hopefully, these guys seem to be playing every other pot together. So even when it was full ring, even when it was pretty full, it was back and forth, back and forth. So. Wow, 10-7, Collins aces. I didn't really see how that guy played that hand. I'm assuming he played him badly. Let's check. Yep, he just limped it in, or min-raised. Yeah, min-raised. Good job. You are brilliant. King 8. Well, I gotta try to keep raising these guys, I think. I mean, there's no... The three-handed, I really don't think I can sit around and wait. And this guy, according to his stats at least, seems to not be playing as many hands as I think he seems to be playing. Well, here I just made 2 pair, which is a pretty good hand. This is the guy that called my big raise before when I had ace-king. And I continuation betted on that with when I hit kings, and he called, so maybe he hit a piece of this. I'm going to bet a little bit smaller here. I don't think there's a lot of hands he could have here that are beating me at this point. Okay, now if he has king-jack, I'm going to be pretty pissed off. But I can't... I just don't think I can not bet here. I mean, he could be all sorts of hands here. He could have queen-jack, ace-jack. I don't think he had ace-jack, but jack-10. Oops, shit, I timed out. So I'm going to put in a bet. That's the folded. I don't know what I folded up here. That was pretty stupid. This guy min-raised again. King 2 is just such a shitty hand. I'm probably going to raise that 9-6. Just fold. I'm going to break off one of those. As soon as I have a decent hand, any kind of suited connector, any kind of ace-rag hand that I can break off that min-raise, I'm going to very soon. Here I'm going to limp. I'm going to see what he does when I limp. Oh, that's a very good flop for me. I'm going to bet this. He can't, unless he has a pocket pair, which I don't think he would have. Oh my god, I so want to just push. Should I push? Yep, I'm going to push. Yee-hee! Lick my ass, fucker. Seems like he's a little pissed off now. I haven't been paying as much attention to this one up here. My focus is kind of drawn up to the ones above. Wow, I hit 2 pair. Oh, I really hope this guy's an ace, queen, ace 10. Brilliant. Alright. Well, here we go. I'm not really going to putz around with this one too much. There's no real point in making it 900. That leaves me with 1100. It swells the pot. I'm just going to push here. Expect a call. Hopefully it's not ace-jack. It's on the flush draw. And we'll see if that comes. Yep, it did. You play good. I suck. Yep, that's what happens sometimes. Got it in with way the best hand there, but I just don't know. I'm slightly steaming on that. I'm going to resize this guy real quick. I'm not really sure if I